Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at Open Test 8.1, the changes that are coming into the game, nerfs, buffs, and whatever else. Now, first up, you can see it looks like the home screen, or the first bit, the login screen, has all changed, been updated, been upgraded, and it looks pretty good, to be honest. I actually had problems loading up Open Test because it's only on the RU server. There's only RU server there. It literally automatically tries to find your location, and because of that, it wasn't finding the RU server. So for me to actually get onto the Open Test, I had to download a VPN and put myself in Russia, which then made me be able to get onto it. So only something little, but you know, it looks pretty cool. It does look pretty cool, and something. I mean, look, identifying region, so it's trying to find the region that I'm actually in. Doesn't find it. Hopefully, it does get sorted, and once you're actually logged on, I'm hoping that you can actually change the servers. So a few changes here is the some buffs and some nerfs. So the T43 and the T3485 Rudy has a bit of HP buff. Not much, but you know, it's a little bit. Also the Comet as maximum speed buff, which again, it's nothing real. I think it's like 3 kilometers an hour. It really is nothing special, to be honest. The Chiri, the armor, and the engine power has both been buffed, so a little buff there for the Chiri. I like the Chiri. It's very underrated tank. Yeah, it's got no armor, but it's underrated. Next up, the KV3 and the IS. The gun handling has been buffed, but the mobility on the tanks have been nerfed. So a buff and a nerf for them tanks. The same as the Black Prince. The mobility has been buffed. Again, it's minor, very minor, but the gun handling has been nerfed. Now, the AMX M445, it has an armor buff which it needed, but the penetration has been dropped. And again, the armor profile, it does need an armor profile buff, to be honest. And the penetration is, I mean, it was good penetration anyway. It's got a great DPM, and if it had armor, I think this tank would actually be a really good tank. So there's just a few of the buffs and nerfs from these tech trees and or these tanks. I think that, I don't know why they're buffing these and nerfing them, but you know, that's what they are doing. So next up in the update 8.1 is the chat option. So when you're in game, you can see that the chat is changed. So the mouse or the tank is highlighted, and the actual chat is changed to white. Again, not sure why that is. I think it's maybe so people can see it properly. I don't know. And you can see when you kill a tank there, you can see it was killed by fire. It's got a fire symbol, and then when you kill a tank like that, maybe, I think maybe if you have an ammo rack, there'll be another one as well. But the biggest thing about this update is the armor profile changes. Now you can see here with the Foch, for instance, the hatch on top, it looks all grey. Now, before I do say on to this, I believe that this is coming in update 8.1. I wasn't able to check it on the Open Test as no one was letting me, and that was all Russian. Didn't understand a word I was saying. I was literally just saying, guys, can you just quickly take the Foch? And they'd be like, blah, 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 blah. So they didn't understand what I was saying. I didn't understand what they were saying. So I think it is coming this update. As you can see, Wargaming are actually changing that. So you can see the red now on the outside, and you can only pen just a little bit in the middle. Now, they are doing this with a few tanks, especially tanks with spaced armor. Now, this could be a good thing for newer players or not so good players. You've got the FV215B there. You can see the upper plate goes a bit red, and also the IS4, which we're going to see here. Currently, it is grey on the upper plate, and it now goes red. So this could be a good thing. This could be a good thing for newer players, but when you're coming up against these tanks, yeah, it's going to be good. But when you're actually in the tanks, I think, you know what, you're not going to get as many bounces from now. like driving these tanks, you're not going to get as many bounces, but I'm all for making better players. So this will make players get better. They'll make people penetrate more and not shooting all the spaced armor. So that is about it. That is all. Not much this update, but you know, a few changes. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.
With